Thus we from bridge to bridge, with other talk, the which my drama cares not to rehearse, passed on, and to the summit reaching, stood to view another gap, within the round of Malbolge, other bootless pangs. Marvelous darkness shadowed o'er the place. In the Venetians' arsenal as boils through wintry months tenacious pitch, to smear their unsound vessels, for th and Clementine seafaring men restrains, and in that while his bark one builds anew, another stops the ribs of his, that hath made many a voyage, one hammers at the prow, one at the poop, the shappeth oars, that other cables twirls, the mizzen one repairs and mainsail rents, so not by force of fire but art divine boiled here a glutinous thick mass, that round-limbed all the shore. Beneath I that beheld, but therein not distinguished, save the surge, rised by the boiling, in one mighty swell heave, and by turns subsiding and fall. While there I fixed my ken below, Mark, my guide exclaiming, drew me towards him from the place, wherein I stood. I turned myself as one, impatient to behold that which beheld he needs must shun, whom sudden fear unmans, that he his flight delays not for the view. Behind me I discerned a devil black, that running, up advanced along the rock. Ah! What fierce cruelty his look bespake! In act how bitter did he seem, with wings buoyant outstretched and feet of nimblest tread. His shoulder proudly eminent and sharp was with a sinner charred, by either haunch he held him, the foot's sinew griping fast. Ye of our bridge, he cried, keen-taloned fiends. Lo! One of Santa Zita's elders. Him whelm ye beneath, while I return for more. That land hath store of such. All men are there, except Bonturo, barterers, of no for lucre therein I is quickly made. Him dashing down, o'er the rough rock he turned, nor ever after thief a mastiff loosed sped with like eager haste. That other sank and forth with writhing to the surface rose. But those dark demons, shrouded by the bridge, cried here the hallowed visage saves not, here is other swimming than in Serchio's wave. Wherefore if thou desire we rend thee not, take heed thou mount not over the pitch. This said, they grappled him with more than 100 hooks, and shouted, covered thou must sport thee here, so, if thou canst, in secret mayst thou filch. E'en thus the cook bestirs him, with his grooms, to thrust the flesh into the cauldron down with flesh hooks, that it float not on the top. Me then my guide bespake, lest they descry, that thou art here, behind a craggy rock bend low and screen thee, and whatever of force be offered me, or insult, fear thou not, for I am well advised, who have been erst in the like fray. Beyond the bridge's head therewith he passed, and reaching the 6th pier, behoved him then a forehead terror-proof. With storm and fury, as when dogs rush forth upon the poor man's back, who suddenly from whence he standeth makes his suit, so rushed those from beneath the arch, and against him their weapons all they pointed. He aloud, be none of you outrageous, ere your time dare seize me, come forth from amongst you one. Who having heard my words, decide he then if he shall tear these limbs. They shouted loud, go, Malakota. Whereat one advanced, the other standing firm, and as he came, what may this turn avail him, he exclaimed. Believest thou, Malakota? I had come thus far from all your skirmishing secure, my teacher answered, without will divine and destiny propitious? Pass we then for so heaven's pleasure is, that I should lead another through this savage wilderness. Forthwith so fell his pride, that he let drop the instrument of torture at his feet, and to the rest exclaimed, we have no power to strike him. Then to me my guide, O thou, who on the bridge among the crags dost sit low crouching, safely now to me return. I rose, and towards him moved with speed, the fiends meantime all forward drew, me terror seized lest they should break the compact they had made. Thus issuing from Caprona, once I saw th infantry dreading, lest his covenant the foe should break, so close he hemmed them round. I to my leader's side had heard, mine eyes with fixed and motionless observance bent on their unkindly visage. They their hooks protruding, one the other thus bespake, wilt thou I touch him on the hip? To whom was answered, even so, nor miss thy aim. But he, who was in conference with my guide, turned rapid round, and thus the demon spake, Stay thee, Scarmiglione. Then to us he added, Further footing to your step this rock affords not, shivered to the base of the 6th arch. But would you still proceed, up by this cavern go, not distant far, another rock will yield you passage safe. Yesterday, later by 5 hours than now, 1200 years and 6 had filled the circuit of their course, since here the way was broken. Thitherward I straight dispatch certain of these my scouts, who shall less be if any on the surface bask. With them go ye, for ye shall find them nothing fell. Come Alicino forth, with that he cried, and Calcabrina, and Cagnazzo thou. The troop of 10 let Barbariccia lead. With Libicaco Dragonazzo haste, Fons Siriato, Graflicane fierce, and Farfarello, and mad Rubicant. Search ye around the bubbling tar. For these, in safety lead them, where the other crag uninterrupted traverses the dens. I then, O master. What a sight is there! Ah! Without escort, journey we alone, which, if thou know the way, I covet not. Unless thy prudence fail thee, dost not mark how they do gnarl upon us, and their skull threatens us present tortures? He replied, I charge thee fear not, let them, as they will, gnarl on, 'tis but in token of their spite against the souls, who mourn in torment steeped. To leftward o'er the pier they turned, but each at first between his teeth pressed close the tongue, toward their leader for a signal looking, which he with sound obscene triumphant gave.